Welcome, everyone. So, today we're doing something a little different. We're taking a look at a true classic, To Kill a Mockingbird, but through a really modern lens. We're actually going to break down an AI's creative blueprint for how it would adapt this incredible novel into a movie.
So that's the big question, right? How in the world do you take a book that's over 300 pages long, something this iconic, and boil it down to just 5 minutes? I mean, a story this rich, it takes some seriously smart storytelling choices. And honestly, looking at how the AI does it is like a masterclass in adaptation. That's what we're going to dig into.
Okay, so when I say we're deconstructing an AI prompt, what does that even mean? Well, think of it like a super detailed director's notebook. This prompt lays out everything. We're talking the exact nostalgic mood, the sepia-toned visuals, the specific music cues, even the exact lines of narration. It's the entire game plan for turning this timeless book into a powerful film. All right, let's get into it. Part 1, A World of Childhood Innocence. The first, 40 seconds of this summary? It's all about one thing, just dropping you right into this world. The AI prompt is so specific here. It calls for this nostalgic, tender mood, pulling you straight into the 1930s South. It even describes visuals like slow pans of a dusty main street and the gentle hum of cicadas. You can almost feel the heat, right?
And then you get this line. The prompt specifies this should be spoken by an older scout, looking back on our life. And that is such a brilliant move. It immediately sets that classic reflective tone. So right away, you're not just watching a story happen, you're listening to a memory. And that just adds this whole layer of warmth and wisdom from the get-go.
Now, in a 5-minute summary, you have zero time for slow, drawn-out introductions. So how do you do it? Just like this. The AI prompt gets right to it, visually introducing the whole Finch family and nailing down their roles. You've got Scout, she's our eyes, the inquisitive one. Jem, he's the conscience of the story. And of course, Atticus, the unwavering moral compass of the entire thing. Bam, done. So the world is set, the characters are introduced, and now the story kicks off. And the prompt zeroes in on the Boo Radley plot first. It's just the perfect hook, isn't it? A spooky house, a mysterious neighbor, classic childhood stuff. And get this, the prompt even calls out the music, a mysterious, quiet melody, maybe a music box sound. It's all about putting us right there in the kids' shoes, seeing the world through their imagination. Okay, so we've got this world of childhood innocence beautifully established, and now the AI script makes this really masterful pivot. It's time to introduce the moral heart of the story. We're about to see the harsh, adult world come crashing right into that innocence we just saw. And this right here, this is the engine of the entire novel. The moment Atticus is appointed to defend Tom Robinson, a black man who's been falsely accused. This one single event kicks off the central conflict of racial injustice and sets the stage for basically every lesson Scout and Jem are about to learn about courage, about prejudice, about what it means to be a decent human being. And there it is, the line. The AI prompt absolutely knows this is the most important line in the entire book. It's not just some random piece of advice from a dad. Nope, this is the title. This is the thesis statement for the whole story, and it's delivered at the perfect moment, right as the stakes are getting incredibly high. Now, this is what I find really smart, the clarity here. A movie can't just assume everyone's fresh off a high school English class, right? You can't assume they remember all the literary analysis. So the prompt makes sure this central symbol is spelled out, crystal clear, so that the audience knows exactly what to look for through the rest of the story. And this is where it all clicks into place. This is so brilliant. The Mockingbird symbol isn't just about one person. What the AI does here is it connects those two seemingly separate plot lines, the whole courtroom drama with Tom Robinson and the neighborhood mystery with Boo Radley. It ties them together under this one powerful theme. Both Tom and Boo, they're the Mockingbirds. They're both innocents, threatened by the world's cruelty. All right, Section 3, the shattering of justice. So how do you cram the emotional weight and all the complexity of a trial into just a few moments? Well, the AI prompt goes for a classic filmmaking tool, the montage. And it even specifies tense, dramatic, orchestral music. We're about to get this rapid-fire sequence of key moments designed to build tension and just hammer home the inescapable truth of this situation.
And listen to how the narrator's voice, as directed by the prompt, is supposed to shift here. That warmth from the beginning, it's gone. Now it's all tension and sorrow. This line just perfectly sets the tone for the trial. It tells you everything you need to know. The facts are on their side, but they are walking straight into a tragedy.
So imagine this playing out on screen as quick, dramatic cuts. You see Bob Ewell's nasty attitude on the stand. You see Mayella's pitiful fear and her lies. You see Tom Robinson's physical impossibility of having committed the crime. And then you have Atticus's plea for basic human decency. It's just this avalanche of evidence that makes what happens next feel so devastating. The gavel falls, the music stops, the montage ends, and you get this one word: guilty. And just like that, the childhood faith and fairness, the world that was built up in the beginning, it's completely shattered. This is the turning point of the entire story. This is where innocence is lost for good.
And this is another thing the AI prompt gets so right. It knows that sometimes the most powerful moments have no words at all. This isn't about winning or losing the case. This is about moral integrity. It's this powerful, silent image of respect in the face of horrible injustice. It's probably one of the most famous images from the story, and you have to include it.
Okay, so here's the crucial thing to understand. The injustice from that courtroom, it doesn't just stay in the courtroom. No way. The hatred that got stirred up in there spills out into the real world, into the dark, and leads directly to the story's terrifying physical climax. And you hear the narrator's voice again, just filled with dread. The prompt is so cinematic here, it calls for visuals of dark, ominous woods, and even chaotic, shaky camera work from Scout's point of view. It wants you to feel that chaos and terror as Bob Ewell comes to make good on his threat. And then, in all that chaos, a second person appears. Someone intervenes and saves the children. And it's him. It's Arthur Boo Radley. This is the moment, you guys. This is where those two big plot lines just collide. The childhood mystery and the adult drama, they crash together in the dark. The ghost from down the street becomes a real-life hero, stepping out of the shadows to save the kids he's been watching over all this time.
So the attack is over. The immediate physical danger is gone, but the story's not done, not by a long shot, because now a whole new moral dilemma pops up. The climax doesn't end with revenge. It ends with a really profound act of compassion and a very difficult choice about what justice really is.
And it's Sheriff Tate who says it out loud, bringing the whole story full circle. He connects protecting Boo Radley directly back to what Atticus said earlier. He spells it out. Dragging this shy, quiet man who just saved these kids into the public eye, that would be a sin. It would be just like shooting another Mockingbird. And this brings us to the final and maybe the most important lesson of the whole story. The real resolution here, it's not about winning a court case, it's not about getting revenge, it's about empathy. It's about finally achieving a real, heartfelt understanding of another person. This is it. This is the culmination of Scout's entire journey. She literally walks him home, stands on his porch, and finally sees the world from his point of view. She finally gets what her father was trying to teach her all along. The prompt even specifies the music here should be a calm, hopeful piano melody. It's just a quiet, beautiful, and totally earned moment of closure. And so the AI's version of the story doesn't end with a neat little bow. It ends with a question for us. It takes the novel's timeless challenge and points it right at the viewer. It forces you to look up from the screen, to look at your own world and ask yourself, who are the mockingbirds today? Who are the innocents that we need to see and understand and protect?